1 second.
Shalom. Oh, wait. Why don't I hear you? Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, crap. It's me. Wait, no, don't do anything. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Can you hear me now? Do you? You can't hear me? I can't hear you, and I thought that it was because I had my headphones on. Hold on. But I just shut off my Bluetooth. Let's see. Now, can you hear me? Do you guys? Tracy does have the best quads. You guys hear us? Because now I don't hear Trace. Here, I'm going to come out and come back in. Hold on, we're going to try this. I'm getting out of it.
Come back in.
Oh, I could hear myself on a thing. That's weird. I'm resending it. Okay. Shalom. So you guys hear me, but not Tracy. Tracy, you talk. I don't hear you. I love this. And you have to tell yourself that. If you're like, how are you guys not? It is frustrating, but you have to laugh. You just have to be like, this is silly. This is funny that it's supposed to get easier, guys, not harder. But for us, it tends to. I don't. Is it because you have your Bluetooth? Okay, so you can just hear me. Do you think your Bluetooth, maybe just turn it off? Oh, let me write it in the chat. Tracy, what if we your Bluetooth? Let's try that first. See if it fixes things. Please hold tight, everyone. Tech problems and Tanya, thank you. Now, talk. I still don't hear you. I've literally never had this. Just before we shut down this live, I want to try other things. Nope. I don't hear you. Can you guys let us know if you hear Tracy? And Tracy can't hear anything. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go over here. Tracy, talk again. Talk. It's you, because I even have you unmuted on here, and your sound bar isn't moving. Like, see how when I talk, my little sound bar is like glowing up green? Yours isn't even glowing up. Yeah, no one can hear you, Tracy. But what's weird is when you first started the live, I could hear you. And then it's like when I joined in, it said, nope. Also, I do have a shirt on. I just realized it kind of looks like I don't. I have a shirt on under my overalls. Should we restart? Yesterday, that kind of fixed it. I don't know. At least you guys over here on YouTube. But what's weird, look, I talk. Your thing is in. See how your audio, see how this little volume thing, mine's like wiggling because I'm talking. When you talk, nothing's happening. It's so weird. You guys over here on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn are seeing behind the scenes. Also, I do apologize if you are saying hello to us and we're not seeing it for some reason. I think Meta blocked some comments. So, I hear you.
But that's weird though, because it shouldn't have to do it that way.
What's really weird though is like why this is a different device than Instagram. Like, why wasn't Instagram also not letting you? Because usually I have to go over here.
Okay, so let's see. I'll try this Instagram one more time. Guess what? If it don't work, we ain't going on Instagram. So
that's okay. It is gonna work because sometimes it just takes 2 little tries, 2 tappy taps.
yes. All right, we're jumping back in here. I truly appreciate you guys because y'all have so much patience and peace with us. So I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
I'm back on live trying to make sure y'all can hear me clear and hear Tani. Yesterday's start was funny. I did rewatch that video, Tani. It was hilarious. Well, not hilarious because people were like, I can't hear anything you're saying. I completely sounded like a robot yesterday. I don't know why the issues are. Well, not hilarious. Hey, y'all, thank you. Can't hear anything you're saying. I completely sounded like a robot yesterday, so I don't know why the issues are trying to take us out, but hey, y'all, thank you for. Let's see, bring Tony in here.
Is it? No! Why is it when you add me? No. Can you guys, okay, can you hear, will you say, I hear Tracy, I hear Tawny, or do you just hear Tawny again? And if so, why the heck does it work? And then when I join in, it's not working. Either way, we're on YouTube. Yeah, no, I freaking don't understand it. So talk now.
Bless you. I did it. It did again. It did it again.
But I'm trying something. Okay, so I just unmuted her, which makes no sense. I can hear her through my computer, but not through this device. So now, can you guys, Tracy, will you talk?
Okay, can y'all hear me now? So she said she hears Tawny.
Can you hear Tracy now?
This is hilarious.
It's good. It's making me have new neural pathways.
It's good.
I'm like, well, okay, she can hear us both. I have no idea why it's not playing here.
Okay, so we gonna roll with this because I'm gonna say the other funny part is that my computer is saying whatever. Anyways, we gonna roll with this. So guess what, guys? We are talking about aphasia today. We are talking about aphasia, and the best definition, to give you is I'm gonna give you what it says completely. Hold on one second, because I want to make sure I say this right for you. So, aphasia is sometimes called dysphagia. A person may be unable to comprehend or unable to formulate language because of damage to specific brain regions. This major cause, it could come from a stroke or head trauma. Prevalence is hard to determine, but aphasia due to stroke is estimated to be a pretty big percentage. So basically, they're saying aphasia can result in brain tumors, epilepsy, autoimmune disease, brain effects. But we're both stroke survivors and we've had traumatic brain injuries. So we're speaking of aphasia, and the reason I wanted to speak on it because June is the highlight of Aphasia Month. And to be honest, guys, I'm a stroke survivor, but I, in the beginning, would tell people, I don't have aphasia because I can speak. I can talk, and I talk extremely fast, and I do all these things and all these hand movements. But the reality is, guys, aphasia comes in many different levels. I have aphasia, so if you ever paid attention to I'll be in the midst of a sentence or about to say something. I'm like, that's not what I'm about to say. And I can't think. Guess what, guys? That's aphasia. Or guess what also is aphasia? My extreme fast talking, because of the simple fact my brain has not quite been able to calculate how to be more calm with my talking. So it's still trying to rewire things in my head. So the speed talking, the way, also the loud talking that I do, all of those things comes from my brain bleed. So aphasia again, and I'm saying it to you all, but I had to say it to myself. And it took a doctor to tell me, he says, ma'am, having a simple conversation with you, you start off great, and then you go, it's like your brain just goes into, and it's like, and it's almost, I can tell you, it's like, I'm talking, then it's like, I see pictures, I see all this stuff, and it's like, wait, what the hell was I about to say? Or what word was I trying to form, guys? So that's what I'm saying. So aphasia comes in so many different forms. And again, in the beginning to understand, even very early on working with survivors, one of my favorite, I don't know if that's a good thing, one of my favorite ladies I work with is, I'm gonna call her Miss Jean. Y'all, if y'all remember Miss Jean, honey, her aphasia took it to another level. She went from talking with a normal no accent to came back after her stroke. She had a very deep island accent. Very deep island accent. And it's funny because it's like some people, I've heard that they can pick up other languages. It's like you're speaking another language, you don't know what you're talking about. Her speech came back. So that's a blessing. But, and when she looked deeper in her roots of like great grandfather or something was from like the islands or something. So she came back talking like him. Her kids and her family like, what is this language? But that was a part of her aphasia. So it affects people in different ways. So again, just acknowledge it, because this month is aphasia and there's so many different levels to it. Again, I'm still figuring out, but with the knowledge and I'm learning from doctors, listen, I have aphasia on a level of, I don't know what Richter scale they would consider, but mine is pretty high. Fast talking, forgetful thoughts, can't think of what the next word is, and I just blurt something off at the top of my head. All of those are aphasia, but guess what, guys? I'm blessed because I'm able to still talk. Some people cannot form words. As if you know, in our community, one of my homeboys I call homie, Chris, he's still working on being able to form words. His aphasia affected his speech and getting words out, being able to pronunciate. I can pronunciate, but I speed talk. I forget. I do all these things. So it's different levels. So I'm throwing the mic to Tani now to just for your experience in this area.
I'm so glad you highlighted that it looks different and that you even said, I don't have aphasia. Because same thing, I didn't think that I did because I could talk. And it wasn't until I luckily worked in special education. So we had speech pathologists and other people. And when I was talking, I just kept thinking, I was like, my brain's broken, because I would go to say something and just nothing. And so I would cry. And she's like, it's okay. Like, it will get better. But that's what, you can't hear me? I think it's something with your, I know.
Can you guys hear Tani? Can you guys hear Tani on this one? Can you guys hear Tani on IG?
I believe they said they can hear us on both. Because he said I can hear you both. Can you hear both?
Okay, she says yes. Okay,
Okay.
we're good. She says yes.
So you just can't hear me.
Yes, go ahead, go for it. We're good.
So, talking about that it's like, I think of it as like a spectrum. I don't know how they grade it, like if you have like a lot or a little, because I haven't done all the testing. I'll be honest. So though, if I can tell anyone, like, it does get better. Like, I'm telling you, Miss Fast Talker doesn't shut up. I started hesitating. I started getting a little bit of a stutter back, like, and like tears. That's how I used to be early. And if you interrupted me, the thought was gone. I couldn't remember it. It was just vanished. So it took a lot of rest, first of all. Like, you can't push your brain but the fact that now I can actually be in the car with music playing and talk to people and have someone interrupt me and still have that thought. Like, my mom this summer actually said that. She goes, I don't think you realize, because we don't live together anymore. You know, she lives in a different state. So we see each other every couple months. And she was like, this summer from last summer, holy smokes, Tawny. And so that was year 7 to year 8, you guys. So I know it's different for all of us. And another fellow survivor I wanted to shout out, they thought she could not speak. Okay. She was not nonverbal, nothing. All of a sudden they played music. She could sing. So the brain is very complex. She could sing, but she could not speak. Okay. When we talk about the wiring is different. So if you're sitting there like, oh, I have some of these things, you might want to like research it better. Like it just helped me to understand, oh, me talking too fast or me doing these things is because of my brain, and I can rewire it. I can help it be better. And like I can also, the biggest thing, it used to frustrate me a lot in the beginning when my mom goes, I forget words too. And I'm like, it's not the same thing. Like you're diminishing what I'm going through. Like, please stop doing that. So I know if you're a person and you're trying to help us, here is what I love. I can't imagine, if you just add this one little line, I can't imagine what that's like. I know for me and some other people, we experience that. Do you see how that is? You're actually like, you're validating what I just said to you, and then you're trying to make me feel better. When you just immediately say everybody else deals with that, it's like a slap in the face. Don't do that. Okay. We don't like it. It helps so much more when you say, and I will tell you, my mom continuing to say that did help me now when I stumble on words or I mess up. You guys probably don't even realize. I just go, aha, whatever. I go, what is that word? I turned it into a fun game and to laugh it off instead of crying. But I legitimately used to bawl my freaking eyes out every single time. So if you're watching us now and you're early in your recovery, I can't imagine. I've told a lot of people, or if you just say, I don't know what to say, I go, that is a much better thing than to just say, you're going to be fine. It's okay. I'm like, please just preface it with, I don't even know what to say to that, but I know you're going to be okay. Oh my gosh, I can receive that. But when you just tell me immediately, I'm going to be okay when I'm frustrated and hurting, it's just really hard to open up again then to people, because you're just like, okay, you're not even listening to me. You just want me to be this positive little inspirational survivor. And right now I'm like, I need a little help. Okay, now you can talk.
No, I love that. I love that totally. And that's good because we have it from different perspectives. So like I said, because it affects so many people in different ways. And I keep laughing about it because I think about when the doctor was sitting there, was like, ma'am, you have extreme aphasia. And I'm like, but I can talk. He's like, that has nothing to do. Because again, let's go back to when I had my stroke, you guys. Yes, I've been in the health and wellness industry for 23, 24 years now. But when I had my stroke, I knew nothing about stroke, knew nothing. I'm thinking about what everybody else, overweight, out of shape, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm a bodybuilder, fitness, health coach, everything. So I'm none of the above. I was 37 years old and boom, from a fluke incident, never have any health issues. Fluke incident that turned out to be a blood clot that came from an incident that I got healed. And you said I had a stroke. Like, what is really going on? So already did not have any knowledge. And then to take it further to say, okay, on the outside, I'm looking at the physical aspect. Hey, I'm healing, guys. I feel good. I look good. All of the things are good. So I don't have, this is just the ignorant part of my mind. I'm glad I don't have all those other issues. Tracy, you do have all those other issues. And I could say the ignorant part because I say I'm glad, or I'm saying thank you, God, for that, because so many people are struggling and so many people are struggling in ways. But at the same time, I can step back on that and say thank you, God, for the grace of having that thought process. But Tracy, you do still have these issues. So the good part is that I didn't allow that to pretty much put me on a setback. It was just learning, like, oh, so I'm not kind of going crazy. That's why I spew these words out like that. That's why it's such a speed fast. And it's honestly, guys, when people would say, why are you talking so fast? It didn't recollect. I'm like, I'm talking normal. They're like, dude, we can't understand anything. You're going at the speed of light. But to me, that was normal. So go back to, that's my brain function. My brain function came out. I was able to speak, but it's extremely fast. I'm able to pronunciate words, but to some people, they can't understand because I don't know how to slow it down. And the reality was, guys, the moment I went to slow it down, I would lose all train of thought. So that part right there was like, I kept trying and studying, like, how do you slow your words down? My sister bought me one of those barometer watches, like, do the tempo thing. And I'm like, it doesn't work, guys. It doesn't work. But it comes with practice. And it has to be said, the more you do things, and practice makes perfect. So it comes with practice. Even today, still learning how to talk slower, and to learn that part of my aphasia is to screaming. And I'll say, guys, because when I go back and I listen to our audio, I'm like, why the heck am I screaming at the top of my lungs? Because when I'm talking, it seems like I'm talking at a normal voice. I go back to listen to, I'm like, bro, it sounds like I'm screaming to the top of my lungs. So again, it's just a learning process in this whole thing. And then again, going back to just picking up the knowledge and understand these are things that happens. We are traumatic brain survivors. So outside of being a stroke survivor, traumatic brain survivor, guys. So that's why I want you to get you to understand. So aphasia comes from, basically in layman's terms, to say the easiest term is having a traumatic brain injury that affects a certain lobe in the brain that affects the speech, the knowledge and pronunciation, and putting words together. So that's my best definition how I can explain. So being able to put words together, whether it's thoughts on paper, speech, and getting a sound out. So all of those things. So again, I have it. Mine is speed talking. Mine is loud talking. Mine is, if I slow down, I lose train of thought. So all of those things are, again, a work in progress that I'm working on. So again, if you're out there new in your survival mode, 1 year, 2 years, I'm 5 years, and I'm just figuring out that Tracy had a stream of aphasia, y'all. 5 years post. All the rest of the time, it's just like, you guys are crazy. I am talking slow. I am talking low. You're loud. You're speed. All of these things. So, guys, that's why I look at us and use us as a guide to say, hey, I'm going to get through this. She didn't figure it out to 5 years. Hey, guess what? You might be 5 months in or 5 days in. Talk to your doctors about these things. Hey, let's talk about aphasia. Let's talk about, hey, my speech may not come out, or if you can't get a speech out, even for Chris, if you're on here, if you can't get a speech out, try singing. Like, I know he's a big music guy. He's always listening to me. He's so funny. He sends me music. And I keep saying, dude, you talk. And I say, you talk so well. And I say talk so well because through text, he texts faster than me. Like, he'll come up with a response. I'm like, dude, you have this sound in you. So it may be, Chris, if you're listening, to turn on the music and try to sing, and it might help him get his words together faster. So it's just different levels of that, guys.
It's amazing to hear that. And thank you for bringing up, just talk to your doctor. Like, this is something I wish earlier in my recovery I would have said, I want to go see a speech. And I asked them, I remember being like, don't I need to go to someone for my speech? And he was like, no, you're talking. And I get, because compared to some of our other fellow survivors who cannot, I am fine. But what I've learned in my recovery and my journey is that I wish I would have said, would you tell your daughter that?
That's good.
Because that has been my go-to now when they're like, that's good enough. It's like, I don't want to be good enough. I want to be great. Like, why do I have to just settle? And I think early in my recovery, I told my mom that I'm dealing with so many things. That's another thing I can't battle. It's another doctor appointment or another specialist I got to ping pong to. So I didn't fight for it. But luckily, talking to other survivors, I know our brain has neuroplasticity. I can still go. And like with my new neurologist team out here, these are things I'm going to bring up. Like, what can we do? Because there is, if you're like, well, they told me my recovery is just my first couple years. Lies. We're recovering our whole life. Like, your brain has neuroplasticity and it can change. You can teach an old dog new tricks. It's amazing. So, and thank you for bringing up that it is Aphasia Awareness Month, because that's something that I mean, same thing. Everybody always tells me, you don't have it, you talk so fast. I mean, my grandma said to me, she goes, I kind of thought the stroke was going to slow down how fast you talk. Because I was a fast talker before. But now, like Tracy said, it's a lot more in my volume. In fact, when I meet new people and I'm out at places, I preface things now. I tell them, hey, I get really excited. I have had a brain injury, so sometimes my volume needs correction. And also, don't hesitate to tell me, like, can you just stop talking for a little bit? And I go, and I won't think it's rude. I go, because seriously, like, my husband has to do it. My family does, because like, my brain's just like, just going. I know that's a lot.
No, I appreciate that, because I am gonna take that and say I need to start telling people to make it known, because you already know when I get excited, and most of the times it's all the time when I get to talking about us and our progression and recovery, I get very excited and my tone goes from I think it starts up here and then it just gets louder. So I need y'all to remind me and to bring that to the forefront. Like, yo, Tracy, your tone has went to another level. So again, that's just us checking in on each other, checking on ourselves to say, hey, we want to get better at this.
My mom does this. Like, well, we'll be talking. I just see her go like this. Like, bring it down a notch. I'm like, and okay.
I need y'all to start doing that for me.
Yeah.
And guess what? So I'm gonna tell y'all on IG, we may be out of here in a second because my computer is doing something on this side. So, but we're still over here on YouTube and Facebook, guys. We're on YouTube and Facebook. So hop on over here, because it looks like this IG is about to die, child. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna fix that for y'all. Yeah, it seems like we're having some issues with that over here. So what I am going to do is, once it kicks me out of there, guys, if you want, I could just jump back onto my phone. All right, listen, technology is our friend, y'all. We're going to get this together. It's our friend, so we're going to say that.
When things go like this, it's something that I have tried to tell myself in recovery and just in life. I'm like, it's being like this so that soon when it is easy, I'm so grateful. Because, like, eventually things do smooth out. If it keeps being bumpy, I'm just like, okay, cool. Thank you for teaching me my patience. Thank you so much.
Yes. Oh yeah, and Tanya's on her way to her Cairo. All right. We will see you. What's today? We'll see you next week. So you know what? This is the end of our talk anyway. So we're getting out of here. We love you guys, and we will see y'all next week. We had to jump on here early today, guys, because we got some things going on. So wanted to make sure we get that talk on. So in honor of Aphasia Awareness Month, we will catch y'all next Wednesday.
Love you guys. Thank you.